I'm David Flaherty, Marketing Director at Washington State Wine, and this is Somlight. Somlight is a conversation series where we talk to some of our favorite wine pros from around the country. We talk a little bit of shop, but more importantly, we want to find out what makes them human and what makes them tick. I am incredibly excited to welcome today's guest, Kat Thomas. Kat Thomas, aka the Wine Goddess, lives right on the Las Vegas Strip. She lives on the Strip. People actually do that. She's worked at the Bellagio, Aria, the Cosmopolitan, and she's been with the Hakkasan Group now for the past 4 years, which has 19 properties around the globe, including restaurants, bars, and nightclubs. She has spent the last 3 years of which serving as their national training manager for wine. Kat, awesome to see you.
You as well. Thank you for having me. This is amazing.
I'd say where are you and how are you, but I know where you are. You're in a very beautiful looking loft, I guess, high above the Vegas Strip.
I am. I'm in Old Las Vegas, which is the original Las Vegas, and I'm downtown. So we are north of the Sahara, which is where usually people stop and go, oh gosh, where am I?
I gotta know, 2 questions. Where is the sexiest place to get a cocktail in Las Vegas? And 2, where would I find the best $5 blackjack table?
Oh, nice. Okay, let's talk blackjack first. Always downtown has been a great spot, and not just because I live here because I don't gamble, but downtown is still known for having those generously affordable tables. And then Cosmopolitan actually has some really fun spots, great people watching. And then you talk about a sexy drink spot. The Chandelier Bar there is great.
I was obsessed with Vegas my whole life, and I'd never been there before. I used to love the movie Bugsy. I had it on VHS tape. Yeah, VHS, baby. Whether you drive into Vegas or you fly into Vegas, you're like going over a desert, and then all of a sudden there's like this weird gleaming metropolis that has like roller coasters and spotlights, and it's just nuts.
I hated it here, and I
You
didn't
thought that
really
about Vegas when you first got there?
Oh, it was ugh. It was so disgusting, and I thought I was super cool. I was coming from New York, so I thought I was like that person that knew things and that was cultured, and I didn't. And then all of a sudden, lo and behold, I mean, this is a lot of years later, I started seeing this beauty in that not only the people that were here, because there was a lot of open-mindedness, but there was a beauty in just the landscape, the desert, and you can kind of put your footprints on everything here where you don't have an opportunity in a lot of other cities that are trying to become a bigger city.
I mean, what's it like to work there in the beverage industry?
There's been a progression. When I opened Bellagio, it was just like,
wow.
Gosh, yeah. I mean, I wore a bow tie and a tux. Like, I mean, it was everything out of Bugsy that I ever dreamed of being a part of. And it was the most fantastic times. And I worked my ass off, 16-hour days, 5 days a week, sometimes more than that. But I didn't care because I felt like I was a part of something.
You've been in this industry a long time, and you're a beloved staple in this industry.
I have been in hospitality my whole life. Like when I was 4 years old, I got in trouble for trying to cut the tomatoes for the salad, but I wanted to make everybody happy at the dinner table, right? So it's been in me. And when I became a sommelier, that was 9 years ago now, my approach was, well, let me bring everything that I've already cared about and all that hospitality and kind of nature that I have in me, and let me override the fact that I don't know a lot yet. And that's what helped me and motivated me to move in the positions that I did over the last 9 years. Now, yes, I've studied my ass off. I've devoted, I've lost friendships. I've lost time, but it's never felt bad to me. I've always been choosing to do that because I want to be the best at what I'm doing. If you don't have the passion of taking care of other people, you can study and be very nerdy and be very diligent and know how to open a bottle and do that whole presentation. I feel that you might miss a little step as far as the floor sommelier, because you really need to care about and be able to overstep what a guest is even going to think that they need and be willing to take that courageous step and tell them what they do want.
What's interesting about you in your role with Hakkasan, you were the national training manager. So my vision of that means, okay, we're going to airdrop Kat into like, wherever, New York City, boom, you're there for 4 days. Now we're going to airlift Kat out and we're going to send her over to LA and drop her in there. What's that like?
It was actually really cool to be nervous still, to get up. And I'm teaching very much more on an introductory level, wine classes, because that's what servers and bussers and managers need. But going in and still getting nervous. And that was really exciting to me. Walking into a group of people, if you have a sort of a loud personality, you can somewhat gauge the room while overtaking it. And that sounds horrible maybe, but you need to do that if you're in a role of education, because you need to gain everybody's trust without having to ask for it.
Anyone that knows you knows that you're really into yoga and meditation. When did that start for you, and where are you at with that now?
I was always very, very active. I was like avid runner. I mean, crazy working out. That then led me to start on a yoga journey when I was younger. And it's interesting now looking back, because I didn't understand what yoga really, truly was about for me. I didn't get the full benefit, but I got the gist of it. And I realized that I really enjoyed it. I had crazy building of strength in my physical, and I was building a mental strength, but there seemed to be a disjointed sort of personality coming through to that they weren't connecting. And it wasn't until I started really just giving into the idea of doing meditation, even if it was 5 minutes a day that I would put into it, doing meditation was that personality connection that helped me bridge the mental and the physical. I want to share that with other people. So my friend Jessica Waugh and I are building a business model based on core. And we all know core, like you think of core and you think of structure and balance and strength. And we're creating a business model of connect, observe, reflect, and empower yourself. And you don't do that by yourself, right? You can do all those things with yourself, but it takes a lot of us in any community to help one another through that. So that's what we're doing.
It's so hard sometimes to make time for yourself. Like, why is that?
Because we are not trained to do it. You need your body, your physical. I mean, I just sat myself up now because I'm like, oh, I'm slouching. But it's a science thing. I mean, if you get more blood and oxygen flowing throughout your whole physical being, it works better. Things connect. It's not that, I mean, there's no hippy dippy there. No. But when you get a moment to take a nice deep breath in and exhale, everything slows down for a quick hot second. Yeah. And that pause between those inhales and exhales is when you can make that conscientious decision.
Switch up here and do the Somlight rapid fire question round.
All right, hold on.
Take a drink, get situated, get some oxygen in you. What's your favorite 90s jam?
Push It Good. Was that in the 90s? I don't even know if it was.
Salt and pepper?
Good. Salt and pepper here, and we're in effect. Want you to push it. All right.
Snorkeling or scuba diving? And follow-up question, is it scuba dived or scuba dove?
Awesome. Well, scuba diving, because I think it's really badass and scary. So why not do it? I do enjoy it.
Bistro burger or fast food burger?
Veggie burger.
Option C. On a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being a Jedi, how good are you at parallel parking?
Oh, Jedi. I mean, that's me saying it. I have a Mini Cooper. Like, if I can't parallel park that, we're in trouble.
There are two types of people in this world. People who like to camp and those who don't. Which are you?
Camping is beautiful, although I still get scared that there's aliens or an axe murderer outside my tent. But I'll do it still.
What's your favorite non-musical sound?
I want to say a hug.
Aw.
But even then, heart-to-heart hugs, you have the heartbeat.
Sound? There's a frictional brush. Yeah.
Okay. A sound then. A nice, crappy ice cold beer being opened.
Good answer. This is the Somlight Drawing Challenge inspired by my 8-year-old.
Ooh, okay.
So this was his idea, and I'm just going with it because it's awesome. So I'm going to have you draw a soldier with a sword while telling us about the wines of Sonoma. Go.
So the wines of Sonoma are fabulous, and they're juicy and they're wild, and they have intensity that you can't even imagine. And I hold my swords upside down as a soldier of the night and day, and I only have one leg because I hold my swords upside down.
You got. I wanted more about Sonoma. You got 17 seconds.
Oh gosh. So Sonoma, if you haven't been there, you should really go there. It's really big. There's a lot of great wineries, but go to Russian River Valley and drink a lot of Pinot and Chardonnay because they're tasty.
Dude, landed it, Cat Thomas. All right, so I have to show his drawing now because, again, it's like he didn't tell us about the wines of Sonoma. He's 8, but this is his.
That is so cool.
Isn't that awesome?
But wait, what's down there?
Oh,
is that a root down? Did he root down? That's good. See, ours could be friends.
Oh, yours is good. He's a happy
guy. Guys could be friends.
He's holding his sword by the blade, though.
As I said, I hold my sword upside down and I cut my other leg off.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so he's a haphazard, happy soldier with no
leg.
leg.
But he's happy in Sonoma because the wines are good.
How do you take what's happening here in Washington with our wines, with our culture, where we are in the wine world, and then how do you kind of like package that up for people to understand?
It's a family feel there. No matter where you are, it feels like people are all trying to help their community and their passions. And especially right now, I think people have come back to this feeling of wanting to be a part of the human race again and be a part of community. And they're seeing how much it does help them to stay connected to community.
So much of this industry is about connection, and it's about the people. Sometimes the energy of a region is really makes it unique, you know, and I think it's a pretty exciting time right now for Washington. It's awesome to connect with you. Thank you again, Cat Thomas. Stay well, stay healthy. Thank you for listening. This has been Somlight. We'll catch you next time with some of our other favorite wine pros from around the country. Cheers.
Thank you.